The entire world of One Piece is about to be at war, and the outcome of the war will heavily depend on which side the giants will be on. Once it starts, it cannot be undone, and nobody will be able to stop it. Before we continue to dive deep in this discussion/review, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, we would greatly appreciate it, and let's continue. So, let's recap the last chapter, the one that we missed. Chapter 1146 was absolutely incredible, in my opinion. A Straw Hats fighting together for what seems like a match that they could easily win. But then Oda shows us the immediate intensity of this situation. Nami, Usopp, Brook, and Jinbei, plus Colin, all doing their separate attacks, but nothing seems to work against her. Usopp even blew out half of her body, but she still regenerates, just like the Gorosei. She's basically using their attacks against themselves. Even Jinbei didn't stand a chance against her in that instance. Not only her, but all three Holy Knights are wreaking havoc in this country. Hopefully, Sol is not dead, and knowing One Piece, he won't be dead, but it sure damn looks very ugly. How long can Robin and Chopper stay hidden in his beard? And now, Summers and Killingham are going to broadcast something to the entire country of Elbaf. What will it be? On to the next chapter. Robin, Chopper, hide now! I've seen this guy before. He is a God's Knight. Wait, someone please explain to me, how does Saul know them? Also, Brook in the last chapter seems to know them as well. Does this have to do with Brook's earlier life before joining the Rumbar Pirates? In Brook's introduction, he says that he was a leader of a battle convoy for a certain kingdom. Knowing One Piece, when somebody names a certain kingdom, most probably that kingdom is going to be relevant sometime in the future and might be crucial to this story. So Saul is absolutely confident that defeat is certain if they would fight the Holy Knights. So until the right moment comes, Chopper, Robin, please stay hidden. Especially Robin in my opinion. Clearly Summers knows about Robin. As he stands in front of the almost dying Saul, he says, "Oh, the survivor of Ohara. Well, I guess there were two of you." Now Summers actually think the Marines did a very bad job to let Nico Robin and Saul escape, both that day. But in my personal opinion, I had hoped that Robin would do something here. But what can she do if her enemy is immortal? Not much. I turn to the next page and oh my goodness! "Gunko, are you done rounding up the Straw Hats?" says Summer. And I look over and they're all done, and Cullen is missing as well. The Straw Hats are almost out of consciousness and tied up by Gunko, including Jinbei. I can't believe we moved this fast from last chapter. Summers asks her like, what are we gonna do with them? Are we bringing them to Marie-Joie? Then Killingham is like, no, you idiot Summers. We do not want to provoke Straw Hat Luffy. We are to carry out our mission and head back home. Now that's a bit interesting. So they're not the least worried about the Straw Hat crew. The only one that can cause them problems is Luffy. Even though we already know that Luffy cannot do a single thing about their regenerative powers. We have a pretty funny moment in the midst of all of this chaos as Nami is complaining about Jinbei. "I thought we will all be good with you here, Jinbei." Jinbei's like, "Hey, shut up, you're making a scene. Let me think of what I can do against their powers." Usopp looking scared but angry at the same time. "I thought I was a goner," he said. Now Brook's like, that woman. It can't be. Brook, it can be what, man? Where the hell have you seen her before? How do you know about the God's Knights? In an instant, Gunko is back threatening them. She steps on Brook's head in a brutal manner and she tells him that she wants him to be her musician slave. She's basically showing the same animosity as the Celestial Dragons. You know, having slaves and all of that. But really, am I the only one that is this surprised of Gunko's animosity? I thought she was a bit softer than this. And maybe she still can become soft later on and become like a good one of us, you know? But right now we have nothing to show for that. Everyone's kind of surprised that she knows Brook's music, as they should be. But then we have another exciting and big moment for Brook. He's like, "My sincerest apologies. young lady. Just like he told Big Mom, my Captain Mugiwara no Luffy gave me a second chance in this life. My loyalty is his and his alone. And Gunko asks, and if refusal means forfeiting your life? And then Big Chat Brook's like, heck yeah man, I would rather die than live a life without honor. What a moment for Brook. It gave me literal chills. Even if Gunko kicked and beat him pretty bad after that, I thought that Brook was the winner of that confrontation. Summer's like, oh Gunko, wait, I have no interest in engaging in a fight with the Emperor Star Hat Luffy. Let's just finish the job. He's like, we good now killing him? Basically, they're doing their final procedures to end the mission. They connected to Elbaf Giant's Dengo Mushi, and now they broadcast to everyone in Elbaf. Can you hear me, warriors of Elbaf? Everyone's so confused, like, they're like, who the heck is that? I'll bet you're feeling the pressure from all the abnormality. This is our handiwork. He's speaking so proud about what he has done. I'm the dagger of the holy land of Marie-Joie, Summers of the God's Knights. Pause. Now when I'm writing, I'm reading the chapter at the same time. So I don't know what happens after that. But I'm kind of confused here because he's just revealing his secret. Like literally, aren't they supposed to be a secret? Why is he introducing himself? I didn't get it. Where are we going with this? If anything, this is the thing that they didn't want to happen. Luffy's gonna hear this and will be coming for them for sure. So what's their plan here? Even Dory and Brook are like, yo, they're exposing themselves. In this sequence, they're showing the reactions of all the people on Elbaf. And by the way, have we seen Hunter's Village? Because my memory does not help here because I don't remember it. Leave a comment down below if we have or not. We are currently in the middle of kidnapping 10 of your children, says Summers. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why are you jeopardizing your whole mission? I mean, you're literally explaining to them what's going on. Oh yeah, and we already taken down a certain orange bearded guy who tried their best to save the kids. In short, you naively thought that these brats will be safe, but they're still going towards our goal. And coming from the library and school, it's showtime, says Killingham. Too bad we don't have a video feed. I guess Killingham needs one of this. He seemed to be speaking to the teacher Angie, asking her if she knows the names of the kids that were abducted. Inform their parents. It's about time that the children wake up. And for real, up to this panel, I'm not understanding a single thing about their plan here. Why do you suddenly want to wake up the children? I don't get it. I don't know. And the children wake up and they wonder where they are while they're still going, and like all of this confusion. It's so far. One of them's like, no, it's branch 18, like we're near home, but somehow we can't choose the way we're walking. We cannot control our bodies. And Cullen channels his inner All Might and he says, don't fear, because I am here. Yeah, and I told you, he said it in the most almighty way possible. Like he was just All Might there from My Hero Academia. I don't know if that was a reference. But listen. At this point, my mind is frying. I don't get what's going on. But I keep reading. More and more monsters show up near the children, and as the mighty warrior of Elbaf, Colin, is scared out of his mind. That's funny. We cut to Dory and Broggy, and they're kind of like trying to figure out what's going on, as they themselves are having trouble with these monsters. They want to go themselves and save the children because Saul was taken out. But their ship is literally being over by a monster lady and a chef monster. What? But I can't believe that even Dory and Broggy are terrified of these monsters. I didn't say weaker, I just said terrified. But for real, and that's why. And I really get why people hate the giants. They seem to be so useless. They've not done a single thing. And I kinda think that it's a shift in powers. And as I'm writing this, I keep guessing like, what's going on here? What is happening? And I think I'm understanding it a little bit better, because I think that before it was the children's nightmares that came to fruition, but now it's the adults' nightmares as well. Gihahaha. The ship of the almighty giant warrior pirates crashed. Some strong demons got it. But I'm sorry, no, for real. 1.5 billion berry bounty for each Dory and Broggy, and they still got crashed. Their ship still got crashed, bro. They didn't even go up against the God's Knights themselves. They went up against these bunch of monsters and they lost the ship, bro. Seriously, bro. the giants, man. Like, I don't know. Saul is good. I like Saul, but the others, I don't know. I don't know about them. Let's keep this brief, says Summers. I'm addressing the legendary warrior, Mountain Beard Ja Rule. Why Ja Rule of all people? Does this have to do with the ancient giants and King Harald's death? And Ja Rule's like, oh, what? Dory and Broggy couldn't have. No way. Bro, yes way. They got their ass kicked by some random monsters. So much for the greatest warriors on elbaf. Seeing as the king is gone, you will now speak for elbaf. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's continue. We see Frankie and Ripley continue on their date as they head towards the giant warrior pirate ship that just crashed. Of course, they then meet up with the giants and of course Scopper Gaban. Our goal is simple. You giants will serve as our battle thralls. Otherwise, we'll see how valuable these brats are as hostages. I'm sure you're curious about the 10 kids and where they are going. And then they start showing us these kids and naming them one by one with the help of Angie, the teacher. Poor children, I mean, they feel so helpless and hopeless. They mentioned the last child that was abducted, Colin. And Scopper is so impressed with that. He's like, hey, Ripley, did you hear that? Our son is amazing. He went all by himself to rescue his friends. But I mean, for real, who would be bragging about their son in the middle of all this chaos? Now, we will make our demands. Listen closely, elbaf. Warriors have no need for school. They don't need libraries or pointless history. I mean, no, for real, this is what the entire One Piece community has been saying since the beginning of elbaf. So I think Oda is deliberately doing this. Set these facilities on fire and swear your allegiance to us. If you don't, we will kill your kids one by one. Scopper is immediately pissed for a guy that was taking things lightly and complimenting his son in the middle of all this. I mean, we even see the anime mark for someone getting angry. Dorian Brog is like, hey guys, let's go save them. We know where they are. Let's go. Elda Jaru, the choice is yours to make. And just like, yo, please, man, that's so cruel. Begging and snot dripping out of her nose and everything. Poor teacher, man. But then she's trying to reason with Killingham. And Summers, of course, hearing it because he's connected to them. So she's like, the school is a symbol of peace. And the library not only guards our history, but secrets of the world that the scholars of Ohara sacrificed their lives to protect. But I get it. Listen. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Why are you saying this to him, Angie? Do you think he's like, okay, no problem. The scholars of Ohara sacrificed their lives to protect these books? Okay, I will leave you alone. I will leave it alone. I would just jeopardize my own mission and head back and fail my mission. And what the f are we on here about? Like, what's even the point of saying that? And Summers immediately responds is like, it doesn't belong to elbaf. You freaking big mouth. And then we cut to my favorite panel of the entire chapter and one of the most intense. We have Chopper and Ripley speaking to Robin, respectively Gaban. Chopper is of course scared and doesn't want Robin to do something. He doesn't want her to get kidnapped again. He says, don't do it, Robin. And Ripley, on the other hand, she's like, your son! And Scopper immediately, he knows what she's thinking. Immediately, he's blitzing his way there to the Holy Night to save Colin and the other children. But Ripley is like, your son! And he's like, I'm on it! Blitzing to the scene to save the children. And then we have one of the most incredible panels, in my opinion. I love the fangasming of Nico Robin, okay? Them both standing there and saying, I'm not going to let this happen. Bro, Scopper going all out here would be total insanity and craziness. But of course, he's trying to protect his baby mama's home, her son, his son of course, and yeah, all of their homes together. But for me, Robin is the one that got me most hyped. Finally, Oda, let's go! Robin is a killer, man. She don't got to be scared. Go ahead, Robin. Go ahead, Robin. Save them all and buy yourself some time until Luffy comes back and saves the day. But that's all I have for you for this chapter. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and hit like, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and Hake review.